Alrighty, Wednesday evening, so hump day ride in 5 minutes and 53 seconds. Before I kick this off though, this is a whole new gaming rig, so apologies for the audio. Let me know if the audio needs to go up or down or anything, or if there's any issues with the stream. It's on a new computer, so anything could happen, and hopefully what should happen is our graphics are better, less slowdown, and lots more to see. Alrighty, so let's have a look at what's going on. Graphics look alright. Graphics look alright. I haven't warmed up for the HDR yet, so 5 minutes to go. Alrighty. Audio is good. Excellent. Jeez, I got that right. Big long story about the upgrade too. I'll put a video out about it. Yeah, I bought the new computer and then found out all my screens were crap. So I had to go buy a new screen. Upside of that is I have a 50-inch now right in front of me with Super Zwift. Super Zwift. So if we see here, I'm not sure about OBS though. OBS is 26 frames a second there. You see the frames per second up in the corner there, so I'm running almost 100 frames a second here. It's a 60 Hz monitor at 4K, but 60 frames a second is still smooth enough. All the detail is still there. Yeah, pretty happy with it. Shouldn't be any slowdown in a bunch ride, and that's what tonight's test is all about, so I'll have a look at that. While I'm here, I need to open up another few windows. Let's have a look at P Hart. No, let's have a look at this dude. Up the hill. I'm hoping the quality of the stream is not much better. There's no guarantees. Alright. There should be a little bit of music in the background, hopefully if that's all good. The stream should be at 60 frames. I'm only streaming at 1080, but I want it to look nice. Oh, event is starting. Not yet, not yet. 3 minutes to go. We'll get there shortly. But I want it to look nice on the screen, especially in a big bunch ride. 30 frames, yeah. So we'll see how 60 frames go. This is an i7 Gen 9 with an RTX 2060, though Zwift doesn't use any of the RTX stuff, but this still absolutely smokes what I've had in the past. How's the encoding? Ooh, just watching the stats here, it's down to 23 frames a second. Much better than the Alienware, anyway. Cool. I've still got to get the microphone up closer to me here, because when I talk here, it's so much better, and I don't have to shout, there's no echo, but we'll get there, we'll get there. This PC upgrade and the screen upgrade and the stream, hopefully the stream upgrade's all part of, winter is coming here in Australia. It's been raining for the last couple of days. But I no complain. Neo bike tonight, so it should be very quiet. All right, we better head on over to the HDR. Join event. We're on New York tonight, which will be a course that will push. Oh, look at us all. Aren't we all very unique in the same kit? Good stuff. Yeah, New York, as you see right now, trees everywhere. So this should really push the system pretty hard. Well, hard-ish, I guess. Social spinner, how we doing? OBS on a Mac, and it's honestly 0.5 frames a second. Yeah. OBS is resource intensive, depending on all the settings and things, but I wanted a system that would last at least this season. What are we on, 40 frames a second? The stream's on 60. Yeah, this should look okay. It should look okay. Tim Searle, LG rollout. Yep, Tim, no problems at all there. Why don't I have any gears or anything on screen? Oh God, here we go. So yeah, the computer's fine. Reboot. Okay. Okay, only 55 seconds to go. Yeah, no worries. Okay, do we still have watts? So there's no watts or anything on the screen. Okay, we have everything here. I don't know why it's got a ratcheting freewheel. It's dead silent otherwise, unless you're not pedaling. Okay, I just have no display. Suboptimal performing. Do I have gears? No, I don't have gears either. Oh my god. Just look at the back of my head for a sec. Hello, you're back. Welcome back. 15 seconds to go. Oh, guess who's got gears? There we go. Smart bikes. Alright, 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get this going. We have everything on the screen that I need. Sweet! Crikey, it's like a time trial. Not that this is a race or anything, but I've had time trials where they're calling my name. I've hit the start line 15 seconds to go. What's my heart rate? Okay, 120. I was going to say it's probably 160, 170 now. Don't know what was up there. Okay, frame rate. How are we looking? Not too bad. Not too bad. No crisis. Oh, okay, good. This is looking as I wanted it to. By the way, I got the chat up on screen next to the window here, so feel free to chat away. Baby Millie is doing really well. He was 6 months last week. So, it's awesome being a dad. I love it. No fence on the ride. Ooh, I'm a bit far back. Oh, there it is. No, the fence is up there. A bit far back. Now we're looking for different screenshots. Oh, ball shot. Oh. Look at that helmet. Oh, Social Spinner's got his third due in 4 weeks. Good stuff, mate. That's awesome to hear. All right. Holding 50 frames, not bad. Not bad. Now the heart rate's going up. Rock and roll. All right. That's looking pretty good to me. Haven't done a Lama lab test though with the new setup yet. Coming soon. Whew. Yeah, regarding the RTX 2060, 55 frames a second in group. I wouldn't say Zwift is optimized for gaming. 41, 42. What I was using though was so not built for that purpose. It was the Alienware R2. I had 8 USB devices hanging off it. The thing was overloaded. This thing's humming. Alrighty. All is looking good. How are we looking for our normal streams? There we go. OBS for the win. Oh, my heart rate's going through the roof. I should have done a warm-up ride. So let us know how you're going, what rides you've been doing lately, what upgrades you've bought for your bike, how many Ks you haven't been doing, or wish you'd been doing. Let me know. I've been out testing some spider-based power meters out of China. Very, very interesting stuff. More soon on that. Just waiting for a couple of firmware updates. We found some small issues and the companies have acknowledged those and tell me they're within a week or so of fixing those, so should be good. One really impressed me. G'day Malcolm Hayes. Well, we're down to 13 frames a second on the stream. Come on, OBS. What are you doing? No, everyone's saying g'day. I've got the keyboard in front of me now, so. That'll do. Spirits fans. Had the fans down low so it doesn't interrupt the audio too much. Alrighty. Have we started? We're in lap 1. Okay, good. Soft pedal. I saw a trick the other day to jump back from the fence. That makes sense. If you press A, let's give it a shot. So I'm 74th. We'll go A, which is my pairing screen. We go escape, and I shoot backwards like nothing else. And now I'm 140. Oh, okay, that works. So if you ever find yourself in front of the fence and you need to stop very, very quickly, if you're on PC and Mac, press A. And then escape very quickly after that. Alrighty. Not the biggest fan of the New York course. Prefer London, I think, for these bigger rides. This just goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Hard to control the fence too. There goes the heart rate. Alright. I hope the stream is still up and going. I'm not getting any chat messages. If you're in chat, hit me up. There we go. Analytics. Chat rate 0. I have gears, I need to start using them more. There we go. There we go. The chat's coming through now. Woohoo, we have a subscriber. Awesome stuff. Love your work, mate. Thank you. $250 to show up tonight. Not bad. Not bad for this time of night in Australia. Given it's still summer. Just. Steve, specs of the new PC. i7 RTX 2060. What else? 16 gig of RAM. 120 SSD. 2 terabyte storage drive. It's a HP Omen. I grew up building PCs and putting them all together and getting the best deals and getting screwed over by AMD and Cyrix. I just can't be bothered doing that anymore. So I went down to the local Officeworks store and chose the best gaming PC they had. Came in a box, turned it on, and it worked. Done. I like that these days. And then I found out the screens that I had were crap for refresh rate and input lag, which is something I've been diving into the last couple of days. Another $700 later, that problem was solved as well. So here we are. And hopefully it's working okay. Should be 60 frames. Angela from New Zealand, how you doing? Good to see our girl Ella Harris doing so well in the under 23s time trial win and second in the road race. Yeah, frame rate's looking good. I can confirm though that I set all this new PC up on a new 4K monitor that I have for video editing. Look brilliant. Really crisp, nice and close to it. Oh, what are you doing, Fence? And then when I plugged it into a normal screen that I had here in the Lama lab, it looked horrible. Absolutely horrible. It made the $2,000 PC look like an old iPad. Really did. Oof. Okay, into the drinks already. What are we, 10 minutes in? Yeah, spot on 10 minutes. Podcasts. Yeah, soon. We'll have to schedule a couple in. DJ Hunter. Same Sonic cleaner arriving today. Everything in a bag, yeah. If you can use a baggie, it just stops the machine getting messy. Keeps everything contained. And still does the job, so that'd be the way to do it. Alrighty. Now I'm finding my rhythm. Here we go. Why is it always dark on? Why can't it be sunny? Bring out the sun. Nobody wants to ride at night. Not virtually. Alright. Yeah, so the new PC, I'll go through the specs. And it was within 5 minutes, I think somebody told me I bought the wrong thing, which I expected. But the reason being, I just wanted to purchase something in a box. I wanted the Apple experience, but with a PC. Came preloaded with Windows, didn't have to put it together, just worked. Yeah, the fence has been a bit troublesome lately. The Zwift Bull, hey. Another Zwift streamer. Nothing worse when it starts raining on Zwift at the end of a race. Over in Perth, many years ago, when I was first getting into Zwift, it was raining outside, so I'm thinking, yes, sweet, jump on, a couple of hours, and it was raining straight away. I know it's only a computer game, but yeah, the mental side, we want some escapism. That was rain. MacBook Pro, oh, that's where all my work gets done, on the MacBook Pro for sure. Actually, it was my MacBook Pro that I took into the roasting. I took into the tech store today and asked them if they knew about input lag and refresh rates. The guy kinda did, and then I showed him my Insta. You see I might be able to do this. Hang on. I know how to multitask. Here we go. So if you find my Instagram, I put up some live stories today. Here we go. Of the input lag. So you'll see there the mouse is opposite if the stream wants to be more than 80 frames a sec. The next one, they're almost 1 for 1. That's looking good. That's just mirroring from one computer to then a large screen over HDMI. And the third is still not so good, but exactly the same manufacturer and settings. So you can see there's lag between the two. And we can't be having that. Not when you're moving a mouse around trying to click somewhere on the screen, because you stop moving the mouse. And if it keeps moving on the screen, it's frustrating. So I took that test into Harvey Norman here in Australia. And yeah, the guy was impressed that I had a little protocol, I guess, to test the television with. And it worked really well. Brian from Scotland, how you doing? Alright. I'm going to turn this fan up a little more. Let me know if the audio balks out. Tucked into the bunch here, yep, we're good. Okay, I have the headwind in front of me so I can do a manual speed increase. There we go. We'll see how that goes. Oh, I finally got recognition from YouTube today. They're sending out the 100,000 subscriber silver plaque. And I get to apply for a channel manager, which means someone to talk to at YouTube. So I guess that means I become a real YouTuber today. Ha, took a while. Unboxing video and setup of the new kit. No, I was going to do one. It's been 2 days of me faffing about setting all this up, but there are enough unboxing PC videos online. I'll cover what I have and the end result and how I got to the end result, which I think will be more worthwhile for people. You don't want to see me start up Windows 10, disable Cortana, uninstall McAfee. What else did I do? Set the temp drive to the non-solid state. The temp video drive, that is. It's all pretty straightforward. Gareth, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Why is the beacon at the front now? Do we have multiple beacons? That is a question. They don't allow PCs in the US, too many viruses. Ooh, I missed half that conversation somewhere. Frame rate's holding. Not sure about the FPS lag though. It's kicking in on OBS. I'll look into that. This is more of a test stream, which I think I've said about every single stream that I've done. My main videos are all pre-recorded with different cameras and things. This is just a bit of fun. Do I find the time for structured or semi-structured training? No, I don't. The variance in training that I do is the differences in trainers that I get through the Lama lab. Some will say 250 but actually do 280. So I get some variance in my training there. I still ride lots though. That's what I try and do. We had the Ballarat Cycle Classic this weekend. Horrendous conditions, but it was a good 80 k's on the bike. It would be cool to make an immersive DIY Zwift ride or run with a shower installed, so it would rain when it rains in game. I think most of us make it rain indoors anyway. It's a sweat fest. It really is. 37 frames. Oof. I think this course is pushing it a little hard. CPU's only at 10%. 0 drop frames. So we'll see how we go with driver updates and things as they come out for this machine. But I think it's working okay. I hope. I hope so. Except now it says 16 frames a second. I don't like that. I might have to put the priority a little different over on OBS. I don't really want to be changing OBS settings though right now. "30 seconds, right. Where's the bacon?" I'm way off. So Tim runs competitions and takes screenshots. If you're near him at certain intervals, you'll get a sticker or a t-shirt or something sent out. Oh, what if I press A? I'm on the wrong screen. No. Oh, I might be close anyway. That must have been close. We shall see. We shall see. It was on a hill, so I pulled up pretty quick there. The virtual gearing I have, 36, 50, let me see, 36, 52 on the front. On the back I've got a 30. You can customize the cassettes, which is really cool. What do I have? 30, 27, 25, 22, 19, 17, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. And interestingly enough, tax don't let you configure a 10, a virtual 10 on the back. I'll have to have a word to them about SRAM. No, I'm on the Neo bike. If you hear some clicks, it's my pedals too. Alrighty. Heart rate 150, and I can still talk. So any questions, fire away. Let us know what power meter you own. Let us know what smart trainer you own. Any issues you've had. What equipment that you like. Let me know what you like. If you've got a kicker that works, let me know. We always hear about support issues or complaints or confusion over the trainer difficulty setting. Let us know what works and you love. I like the radar, if you weren't aware. Troy loves the Adelaide Hills, I know that. Right in the bacon, excellent, we're nailing this. Yeah, you can change your cassette according to the course you're riding. Troy, I was halfway up Alp to Zwift the other day. Well, at the start of Alp to Zwift. I switched the cassette over to a 32, a virtual 32. Brilliant. Such a small thing, but cool. P1S or P1s. It's hard to type the P1s or P1S. Good stuff. Great set of pedals, the P1s. And the P2s, but the P2s were just a little bit delayed in coming out. I ran the P1s for probably over a year as a go-to source of power. They were good. Doretto. I was on the Doretto X the other day. A little bit like the Doretto. A lot like the Doretto. A little bit more grunt. Just a little. But if you've got a Doretto, as what Ray said in his review, I agree. There's no real reason to upgrade to the X. Now I've used the indoor bike, so I really see much of a need for one. As a normal cyclist over a pro wanting a special training device. Whoa. Smart bikes are different. If you've got a bike and an indoor trainer, there's really no need to get a smart bike. unless you want electronic gearing and something that's just always set up. That's the convenience. The convenience is hands down brilliant, and that's what the companies tell you. But I've experienced it firsthand. Vaughn is now riding the kicker bike in the dining room. There's no room in here because she can just jump on and ride. She's doing oh, good stuff. Thank you, AJ Galley. Redoing the DI2 cables. DI2 is brilliant. I love DI2. Just the convenience of them is, it's just, the bike is always there. You don't have to go and get your bike from the garage, realize it needs a clean, put a disc adapter in, and a little shock for your disc brakes, then find out you've got a worn cassette on one. None of that. You jump on and ride. It doesn't make any sense that we ride our outdoor bikes indoors. We've just conditioned ourselves to do it. And we've made all our environment fit that, what I call a wrong model, because our bikes were never made to be ridden indoors. It's a side effect. It works fine, and we've done it for years. And the application is suitable for it. But if you think about it, it doesn't make sense. I'm sure I'll get chewed out by somebody misinterpreting that, but don't. What I'm aiming at there, though, is the convenience of having a bike always there. Similar to having a bike that you just ride indoors and it doesn't go off the trainer. You don't need a headset bearing on it. You don't, well, you might soon. You don't need brakes. You don't need a saddlebag. So it's all about the convenience. If you have the money and you're about finding the right solution, they're a great solution. Vaughn loves the kicker bike. I'm back on the Neo bike now. I've got 2 more videos to do on this. Hopefully on firmware upgrades, configurations and things. So stay tuned for those. Oh, and the benefit of these bikes being pretty quiet. That helps. Alrighty, sorry, the comments coming through, brilliant. On a kicker core, how accurate are they in my opinion? Are they rating high? I'm planning on comparing it to my 4i Precision somewhere soon. Baited question. Kicker core, pretty good for accuracy. Early on had some sprint issues. They've really trimmed that down. So no problems at all recommending a kicker core. Nice and quiet. Purchased locally. If you have any issues, someone's got your back. So yeah, no problems at all with kicker core. Comparing it to your 4i Precision, see how you go. If it's a Shimano based crankset left right, I can't use those style of cranks to compare any other power meters to for a number of reasons. The right side Shimano, it's a long story. It's over on Gplama.com. Morning from Denmark. My idea about trainers using Wi-Fi, wouldn't that require new standards, but a much less organised environment, risking that Zwift becomes a de facto standard? Depends how they want to implement it. Hey, this thunderstorm's raining down pretty nicely, 40 frames a sec. Well, what we have at the moment are stagnant standards. I'm changing gears here. Steve Beckett, Zwift HQ, right on. I'm changing gears here on this bike. You don't see it on screen here, it's on this little screen here. I have to set my rider profile up on another app. There's no integration because the standards aren't there. So if there was someone to come along and create those, maybe Zwift, maybe someone to create a Wi-Fi profile that's more extensible and works, that would be brilliant. We're, what, 6 to 8 months after most of the smart bikes have been announced. We have next to zero integration with most of the software we use with them. So something's got to change. Something has to change. I've got buttons here. They're not doing anything. Why can't those buttons change my views? Change something? My brakes, actually my brakes work. They slow the flywheel. But They just need to integrate more. So I think if things become Wi-Fi, maybe a bit more open, just over IP. And I've said it before, that thing right there, the companion app, is already halfway there. The companion app will take all your Bluetooth devices, maybe some Ant Plus if you've got a compatible Android phone, bundle them up, and send them over Wi-Fi to your Zwift session. It's already doing it. There's no reason why a trainer couldn't do it natively, or even better. That's my thought on that. But it solves so many problems, so many problems. Security, interference run on 5 gig, privacy, we hope. Sure, you have to set the password on the bike or in a configuration somewhere, but we do that every time, anywhere, anyway. The bikes could then call home to the manufacturers. We could look at service scheduling, firmware upgrades, better user support experience. Look, to be honest, most of the manufacturers are having their devices call home as soon as you open their app anyway. So that's happening in the background already. But it's just a little frustrating having so many smart bikes and access to all this new equipment. Nothing really works. Well, it doesn't integrate like I would like. I have power meters that do left-right power meter monitoring, but I've got to use a separate head unit to get it left-right. Cycling dynamics. On the Garmin pedals and the Faveros, it knows when you stand up, like this, because your peak power changes. It knows when you sit down, because your peak power comes back up a little higher. That can be easily integrated into this. My little Luke could stand up and sit down. That'd be cool. Not science fiction, it's already there. They just have to do that. Sorry, I could rant all day on that. Anton, what do I think Shimano will do now they've acquired Pioneer? I think they will... Is that a drone? That's a drone. Have a look at that. There's a drone above us. There was a patent I found on Google patent search in regarding to pedal monitor mode, which is what Pioneer were doing with the Shimano cranks. So 2 things on the Pioneer. So for people who aren't up to speed, Pioneer have announced they're getting out of the power meter business, and their resources, software, has been handed over to Shimano. Really weird wording. It wasn't a buyout or a takeover, it was just a, we're done here, Shimano can come and empty the drawers and take whatever they want. 2 things. 1, like that. If I can click, I can't click. Shimano could wipe out third parties using their cranks as power meters. Wouldn't take long at all. Everyone's on borrowed time. Pioneer are the only company fully reliant on Shimano cranks. If that crank was to change, maybe for the new Durace, they wouldn't have a business anymore. They'd have to bring out their own crank. So there's that. They may know something was coming. And secondly, well, there's issues with the left-right balance thing and the right side crank design. The second one was the patent. So there might be some interesting things hidden away in that patent that Shimano want for their power meter. They need to do something interesting. Power meters haven't changed for a long time. They're just getting cheaper and easier to install, which is great. So the interest will go. So I had SRM, expensive. A few people bought them. PowerTap came along, more accessible. The new Quarks came along, and Stages, woof, really accessible. Nothing's really changed. A few companies have done some proprietary stuff. Rotor with high speed. I'm sure there's others I can't think of. Pedals have come along and changed the game. And now just this week I'm looking at spider-based power meters out of China. And they're pretty damn good. Yeah, wait for my videos on especially one of them. If they can nail something down that I've reported back, whew, it'll be a game changer for Quark and power to max. So, yeah, where was I? Yeah, that's what I think it is. I think Shimano will redesign their crank and bring a great power meter to market. They have to. The current one is horrible. Well, sorry, let me reword that. Horrible for what I do and for what I need. I can't use it to compare other power meters to. Can you use it to train and get better? Sure. It's all through the Pro Peloton. They're paid to use it. But for what I need, I can't use it. Keep the cadence up. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thanks for the reminder. We're halfway. Good, good. SEO, the best customer support. Excellent. Good to hear. It can be hard for me to judge customer support unless I read a lot of the forums. Reddit, Slow Twitch, Weight Weenies, Trainer Road forums, the Facebook groups. I've got my ear to the ground on what's going on with what's reported, but you usually don't see posts saying, hey, I had a fantastic user experience with customer support. See you later, everyone. No one really posts happy days stuff. That's good to hear. Apps that use the full features of the smart bikes yet, asked Troy Collett. I think Sufferfest are close with the Kicker bike. And there's a reason. Wahoo owns Sufferfest. So the integration is going to be there. Stages will be interesting with their integration. Because Tax obviously have the Tax software. Wahoo have Sufferfest. Stages have nothing like the other two in the consumer realm. But no, good questions and good statements. I like that. It's good to hear what everyone else has got or using or liking. I've got a few different camera angles with this new setup. Still 45 frames a sec, that's not bad. I would have liked it 145 frames a sec, but the screen makes so much difference. It's unbelievable. To get a decent refresh 4K screen though, you're looking at $2,500. So I'm on a 60 Hz 4K, but it still looks so much better. People even have skewers. You can see the through axles. Yeah, they're coming up on the stream. Good, good. And the rear derailleur cables, just there. They've got cables now. So they're all the little tiny details that make no difference to the game whatsoever. But they're the little things that are there when you actually upgrade to a beefier computer and select Ultra. You won't see that kind of detail on an Apple TV. And given that winter is coming here, I thought I'd upgrade. But they're the kind of details that you never notice anyway. So on the back of my bike there, let's have a look. Whoa! Oh, it's getting trippy. Oh! It's getting smelly. Whoa! You can see people's brake calipers. Oh, and I'm gonna have to return to the group. Front derailleurs. Am I back in the group? Yep. There we go. A did it. Brilliant use of A. 100 concurrent viewers. Welcome along. Thanks for tuning in. Brand new PC. Brand new streaming rig. Same old me. Suffering away. Yeah, I did listen to the interview about the with Eric Min about the hardware. Hopefully we'll do a Zwift cast soon where we can throw in our 2 cents of what we interpret that was said. Some very interesting observations. Some which, actually I'll give you some insight now. If you listen to the part where Eric said that he wanted Zwift to be more like a game, where he could set up sprints and challenge his friend for street sign sprints or something, and just gamify the in-game experience. Eric just described Gold Rush. Gold Rush has been around for a long time. It just hasn't been implemented in-game. It's on a website that integrates with the game. So hopefully that comes along, or that idea comes along. And there's a few other things in regard to innovation too, which we'll discuss on the Zwiftcast if we have the chance. Yeah, China Cycling reviewed the XKD dual-sided power meter on the 105. I saw that. I think he had pretty good results. It's a different testing protocol to what I use. I think it was similar. I think he found it to be okay. I tested an XKD dual on an old Tegra crankset, and under my testing scenario, same as all the other Shimano meters. Proprietary handlebar and front wheel dock to enable steering and braking fully. Yeah, I got brakes on this thing. They don't do anything in game. Party lap, is it? It's on. Party, yes it is. Here we go. Spin, spin. I was told to spin. Bike Wasp, your 4i seems to reload after changing the battery. Ugh. Single-sided or dual? I'll give it a reset. Typically that involves removing the battery, shorting out the two terminals. Sometimes you can put the battery in upside down. We'll short out the two terminals. Single, okay. Do a reset, which is the remove the battery, shorten terminals, put a new battery in, make sure the crank bolts are 13 Newton meters both sides, go out and do a few sprints, jump up and down on it, literally. If you can bunny hop, just give it a shake, backspin, unclip, see if you can zero it, and so here you go. Check the firmware. Failing all that, ping support. So here you go. Pac-Man will start soon. Oof. Can we get ahead of Pac-Man? Pac-Man's brutal. I can catch that little bunch there. Oof! Big ring! It'd be good if I could have gear changes on screen. I could rig that up somehow. 21 frames, I'm not sure what's going on with this encoder. Just watching it drop a little. Drink more, yeah. Whew. 42 minutes, it's flown. Thanks for sticking by. Love the questions. It's a pretty quiet time for bike releases in regards to tech at the moment. It's given a hard time today about not having a few reviews up, but there's nothing around. Tis not the season. As soon as there is something interesting around, I'm on it. Boom. Reverse Richmond was interesting. It's almost a whole new course for us. Number of pro teams partnering with Formula One teams. Well, they got the cash. I think a cycling team would be pretty cheap. And a lot of them ride bikes. Mark Webber, Tiff Cromwell's new man. Bike rider. Here we go. See if we can stick in this bunch until it... oh, there's another bunch up the road. Oh, I'll stay here. That, I can see the details so much better on this PC. So much better. I can see the group of 8 or so up the road. You mightn't see it here in 1080. In 4K though, I can tell. That looks cool. That is so much better than looking at little pixels. XKD Spider, waiting on a firmware update. So I picked a few things out of that. Lama lab test is good. It pushes things. Here we go. We've got this bunch. Awesome. Get that text off the screen. There we go. Alright, have a rest here for a bit. Yeah, Formula 1 guys with knowledge about high-end carbon fibre construction and wind tunnels. Yeah, different speed wind tunnels though, and a totally different application. But they have the tools, yes. Hey Von, you missed me having to reboot the bike 15 seconds before the start. I didn't have gears. What did I miss? How does Max? It's Max's bedtime. Yep, he should be down. Where's Bacon? I'm sweating here. See if we can hang on to this bunch. Swiss side, yeah, I visited Swiss side at their wind tunnel. Old school rocket testing wind tunnel. Very, very Cold War feel to it. For good reason. Oh, don't want to drop a wheel. Don't drop the wheel. Don't drop the wheel. So I'm not racing, but I just don't want to be off the back. Yeah, steering hardware on Zwift. Yet to see it. I've been using the Steerzo a bit. I have a base model Steerzo. Very cool. I don't know how much I can talk about it though, so. Don't drop the wheel. Come on. Okay, it's downhill from here. Where's my encoder? I'm hoping the frame rate is good, and it's just my encoder that's telling me it's low. We'll see. I'll review this later on. Oh, come on, Stephen, part with the cash, mate. Life's too short. That was my excuse for spending $3,000 in the last 2 days. Which probably shortened my life, but hey. Good bunch, excellent, right. Here's where I want to be. Soft pedaling and not on the front. I hope no one's watching the stream in this bunch. I'm suffering, look at my heart rate. All right. Can we stay away from Pac-Man? Oh. Says me jumping on for an easy ride tonight. Oh. So Stephen, what have you thought about for your trainer? Obviously you've looked at trainers. Let us know what your thoughts are. I can give you some tips. Spinal surgery today. Oh, if you've had it, I hope it went well. If you haven't had it yet, good luck. I've had a few surgeries over the years, mostly because of this crazy sport, not the indoor type, the outdoor type. I've been very lucky. Surgeons and the medical staff, absolutely brilliant. So I hope yours are the same. Good bunch. Very good bunch. Oh, another group up the road. See, I couldn't see that with the other PC. I could have mistaken that for a squirrel on the other setup. Whew. Hayden Rogers just did the first ride on Zwift. Welcome aboard. How did you find it? Let us know. My first ride on Zwift was about, I think, half an hour before we had to go out for dinner. All I could think about was, holy shit, Zwift have finally unlocked the potential of the kicker. I wanted to get home and ride. So I got straight back on the bike when I got home. Okay, Von, you'll only ever get 1080, that's what I'm broadcasting in. Still not smooth for the environment flow, yeah. I'll have a look at the video. The Elite Doretto. That's a good entry-level trainer. Shook up the market in 2017. You probably get some cheap Dorettos around if they're still around. It's been surpassed by the Doretto X. Oh. This is the hard effort that I wasn't expecting. 6k to go. Oh. All right, let's get it done. Katie got a Doretto X, awesome. Packs a little bit more punch than the Doretto. 30k's on a fluid, Hayden. That's worth 45k's on a smart trainer. Fluids are hard work. See up the road, I can see a, oh man, I see a pace line of riders in colours. Which sounds like a stupid comment alone, but this is my first ride with a 4K setup. I've got a better feel of distance up the road there, for sure. Now that I can see that they're a group, not just a blob of colours. This is me suffering in the group, not contributing to the chase. Welcome aboard, Bart. Thanks for subscribing. Keeps the channel alive, much appreciated. If anybody's watching who hasn't subscribed, if you hit that button, it's much appreciated. Whew. Come on. Okay, who's got the aero helmet? B. Lee. All right, let me do a turn. Let's go. We'll get him. Stay away, bacon. Apple TV versus PC. PC hands down. Apple TV for convenience and price. All right, someone else come through. Oh, and a dropout. Oh, that was convenient timing. I'm being smart. It wasn't. Thank you, Rick. Welcome aboard. The drop train. All right. Well, let me not say what I want to say about that. What a nice day to go for an easy bike ride and encounter dropouts of technology that shouldn't fuck up like this. My word. 4 years of progression, eh? 4 days of code. Fucking hell. Right. Well, that was Ant Plus. I can shove that where it Ant Pluses. Look, that could be anything. But when I'm riding, note the Wi-Fi didn't drop out. Nice call back there. All right. Got no power-ups. Got to power off pretty much. I'm cooked. No heart rate from the watch. No. Oh, drop out again. Welcome to Shitsville. I'm still pedaling, little guy. Come on, man. Still pedaling. Oh, no signal. Sure. Sure, why not? Fuck me. Give me a moment. I don't find the heart rate that accurate when I'm riding indoors. I have a strap on. Alrighty. Well, that certainly put a strap on things, didn't it? Yeah, Ned, don't worry, I'd be swearing like a trooper too, but this is my business channel, I guess you call it, so add your own soundtrack. Alrighty. Okay, what do I experience the difference on Zwift? Using a trainer for power versus a power meter. Taking accuracy out of the equation. Yes, yes you do. You're adding another level of lag in there. Very slight level of delay. So, erg mode might not be as responsive. Steady state should be fine, but the changes may be a little different with an external power meter. That's really about it. With your single-sided, again, there's even more delay because it's only recording one side and then doubling it. So if you accelerate on the right, you've got to wait for the left, you have to wait for the trainer to catch up, then stabilize erg. It can be, depends what your requirements are. It's funny, I've spent the last 2 days looking at screen lag. If you saw my my Instagram stories, screen lag between computer and screen. It's input lag actually. Now, same screen company, same resolution, same refresh rate, very different lag experiences. And that was just with my mouse and my eye. I could tell the difference, and one was horrible. That was only a few milliseconds, 30 or 40 milliseconds, more than a few. On a trainer, you're looking at 1 second delay. At best, 250 milliseconds. So if you put the hammer down, there it goes. There's your delay. And that's there with our current tech. So things are limited. We want more and more out of this tech, especially 4, 5, 6 years down the track. So that's what needs to change. Did I mention Wi-Fi is about 2 milliseconds ping time with a decent router? Yeah, Amp Plus dongle. I'm using the Tax dongle right next to me here. That's usually really, really good. But again, it's an environment I can't control. Next door could be having a Wi-Fi party. Don't know. It's good most of the time, but in times like that, this happened then. I'll try and switch over to Bluetooth soon. I've been hesitant to though, because I use mostly Windows 10, and the Bluetooth on that just gives me issues. What sort of kit? In game is the Hump Day Ride kit, AHDR, which you'll unlock if you do one of the rides. But yeah, now no dropouts. And if you notice the dropouts, it wasn't ant because the heart rate was still there, fine. If it had been the ant dongle or the ant stick or the computer, you would have seen all ant disappear on screen, but one remained. You'd think. It's a theory. The tax stuff you can now switch off. It dual broadcasts FEC and ANT. So given I'm not testing the accuracy, the bike is accurate, there's no question about that. Accuracy is done and dusted, sorted, it's all good. I might switch off ANT, power and speed. It's broadcasting from this thing. In fact, I could probably do it now. I could probably do it from this other app too. Let me see if I can bring that in. I'm just not sure if I have the utility on this other phone. Tax utility. Where are we? I'm going to just search for it. I do indeed. Let's get it done. So there's no need for it to be broadcasting ANT plus power if nothing's using it. I'm using FEC on Zwift. So here we go, tax smart bike. We shall connect, which I'm not sure what it's going to do to everything else. Okay, we are connected. There's no update. Last firmware update was from, I think, October. So I'll be pinging tax about that as well. FEC broadcast should be okay, as long as nothing takes control. So there's no updates. Did that just crash out on me? No, it's not testing. Okay, devices. Oh, I can't do any config because I'm connected via FEC. That... Oh, hang on, I'm 200 meters from the finish. Let me get across the finish line. We'll go turn this off for next time. To be sure, to be sure. Where is the finish? Is it up? It's up that hill. Here we go. Alrighty. Now it's just that with FEC it becomes a little bit more trickier collecting the data with multiple head units because they want to control the trainer as an indoor trainer. You have to set it to passive mode. It just gets a bit messy. It's so much easier to connect to these trainers or power meters, well, trainers, as power only. $130th of 266. Am I exactly mid-pack? Beautiful. I am now that I'm 131st, second, nearly. There we go. There we go. So who won the after party? Let's have a quick look at that first before we jump over and good job. If only I could pick my computer up and shake it and thumbs all, everyone. Yay. Here we go. Hulk smash from up in Brisbane. Good stuff. Sock pup, it comes in 9th. Woo! Good job. Brilliant. What a showing. Nadsy. All the known crew. 8 seconds lag. That's actually not too bad. That's not too bad. 8 seconds lag for what you gave a ride on in the app and coming up on my screen. That's pretty good considering the streaming and encoding and everything. I don't have it to super low latency. I think I've given most people... I wish there was just a big right on click. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at this. No, stay here. So the fit file stays there. Oh, those bins are in 4K. You can smell them from here. Right, okay, so let's see if I can do this from here. If we disconnect this from FEC. Well, funnily enough, that's the one I want to connect to. Oh, sorry, I want to disconnect. Is that going to now allow me to... No. I might have to disconnect. Reconnect, and now nothing is... Hey, there we go. That's how it's done. Oh, sorry, I should be showing you what I'm up to. So what was happening there is... in the tax app, when FEC was connected, it wouldn't allow anything to change the configuration of it, which means I couldn't change gears while riding like I did on the kicker bike. So the other day up the Zwift, I changed the gear settings halfway up the climb so I could have easier gearing. That was super cool. I've just realized with the tax stuff you can't, because once something's connected to it via FEC, it locks everything else out for configuration. So up on screen here, configure the tax bike, it connects. It now has the configure of device settings here. We have user weight, control. I've taken the fans off, I don't want those on the front. Display settings, virtual gears. Right, connection settings, you see them down the bottom there. So some users may experience problems maintaining stable connection due to AMP+ interference. Disabling this when not using AMP+ is recommended. So AMP+ speed and cadence, that's also power, I believe. So we take that off, because we really don't need it. And yeah, so there we go. It's now showing the correct firmware version. So once something's connected by FEC, it locks a few things out. Okay, we disconnect that. Back here, that should now taken that power away. So FEC, and no power. Exactly what I wanted. But we can unpair this and go to the FEC power of it, which is there. Beautiful, cool. That's probably going to help me. So we'll see how we go from here on in. But that's the key for my next ride. We'll see how we go. 39.8. Let's get 40Ks done. What's your FTP, Baldy? Yeah, nice one. Probably more than yours. There we go. It's a nice place, this one. Now you're hidden. We'll keep it nice. What do we got? So, okay, now we're out of a group ride, and you're still looking at the phone there. Up to 60 frames a second. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm not too disappointed with that. Not too disappointed. If you're seeing any juttering or stuttering, that was the encoder. I'm just looking at the CPU sitting at 9%. The CPU on this thing is doing absolutely nothing. 60 frames, cool, okay. A few other things I'm looking at doing is sorting out the audio, getting this a lot closer so that sounds a lot better. And making sure that stream is just nice and smooth. I don't think I'll be streaming in 4K. 1080 should be fine for what I do. This is not the main thing that I do. This is just to keep me amused and chatting with everyone. Also get some workouts done, and winter is coming, so I'll be doing a few more of these coming up. But I'm pretty happy with that upgrade. That's looking alright. Hopefully OBS behaves itself. Yeah, for sure. It's funny, when I see YouTubers do videos on how to be a YouTuber, you know they're running out of content. So, the setup for a live stream, just as a quick overview, I've got an Elgato green screen behind me. I have a Brio webcam in front of me. Using OBS on Windows 10. That's really about it. The rest is just lighting. A Blue Yeti microphone. Okay, I can go through all of this. It's kind of interesting, but I want to make it about bikes. I'll have to show my setup. It kind of looks cool from the side. I'll see if I can get Von to take a photo of it. I'll put it up on my Instagram. How's that? That's what I can do for today, anyway. But it's mostly about being creative with OBS. So things like this, I've got the phone still there, and bringing the phone in. So I bring the phone in, that's not a picture of a phone, that's just an outline of a phone, and the inside is just an overlay from an Elgato screen capture card, which is hooked up to the phone. Can I lift the phone up here? So it's all just trickery, pretty much. See, that's the phone there with a quad lock case on it. I switch scenes with the Stream Deck. So you can see this, the switching there looks nice and smooth, and I remain in the same spot. That's just because I cut and paste the profiles over. But people do some really cool stuff with OBS. I'm not that creative. I set this up about a year or two ago, I think, as this base profile, which seems to work pretty well. But I've been thinking there's no real need to bring in the chat because the chat's already there on live anyway. It's nice to have, and it might be a bit small. So, I mean, that's why today I've used mostly that one here. I've had the chat running on the other side of the screen there. But if you have any questions, yeah, feel free to fire away on this live stream or the comments. I read all the comments, so I'm happy to help out. That's how I got to where I am today, and that's YouTube emailed me saying what address to send the golden plaque, or the silver plaque to for the 100,000 subs. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, but it's about not copying everybody else, but it's just taking cues and seeing what you like and just getting it done. So there's a few streamers out there now. Nathan Guerra, specifically for the racing stuff, has been doing it for years and years and doing it well. There's a few over on Twitch now, so that's all good. Love the SPF, yeah, FPS on Zwift. That's new, so I put that in the config just to see how this machine's running. And it's kind of crap that I can't stream at those frame rates and that resolution, but it's hard to capture what this new experience is like. But I've got to say, hands down, the one thing that I did notice tonight is when there was a group up the road and I could see them as a bunch riding as a peloton, that level of detail was fantastic. It might sound completely wanky, but it gave me more depth to the game. So you can see even around the corner now. Am I pointing the right way? That way. I'm reversed. I can even taste the ice creams that we just went past. Definitely, it's all due to the 4K. But it's funny, there's a lot of opinions out there on what works for Zwift and what doesn't. People, and one thing that I've been in the rabbit hole with in the last 2 days is screen quality and screen type. And I think our pain caves, sports caves, what do you call them? Training rooms, always get the hand-me-down screen. You'll have the good screen in the living room for the family, or for the high resolution, and then you get the last one, whatever was laying around, rather than selling it. And I think that's a bit of a downside. So, and I've experienced that just yesterday, spending a lot of money on a new computer, putting it on the old screen, and it looking like an Apple TV. I wasn't happy. We sorted it out today, though. It wasn't an expensive screen, but you can even see now that I have, I've got skewers. And that the encoder tells me it's down to 19 frames a second now, so that's the encoder. What I'm looking at is still, yeah, the actual frames per second is still up on the screen. But that's the level of detail. I have brake cables. Oh, this dude should really fix his DI too. That's horrible. My avatar should subscribe to my YouTube. We fixed that the other week, dude. And that specific cable right there, that's the one I ripped out. We should fix this. But that's a level of detail you get in Ultra on Zwift. Again, it's not required. It's not, but it's just nice to have. It's nice to be riding a bike with chain rings and cassettes that look like squares on some angles. I like it. I like it. Anyway. The haircut, of course. Hey, can't grow it in real life. I get to wear it on Zwift. Not much else I can show you on 4K, I don't think. There's not much else going on here. I have to get some funky angles going with different cameras. It'd be nice to see, I guess, the bike that I'm on. If I'm on a smart bike versus the trainer, it's always good to have a side angle. I've now got more USB ports on this machine. The other one I was overcooking a bit too much. Oh, there goes a dude. That's good. And I stuck with Intel. There we go. So that's it. Ride done, and I should have solved those dropouts by turning off that amp plus. I should have done it anyway, but I'll see how we go. Cool, cool. All right, we'll leave it there. I am done. 42.6. Let's get to 43. But I'll leave the stream there and see how we go. If you have a kick-ass gaming machine anyway, one thing I noticed, and I have to remember this for the video that I do. So I had i7 Gen 9 latest updates on everything, latest NVIDIA drivers, GTX 2060, latest fresh version of Zwift. It defaulted to high settings, and there's 2 more on top of that. So it didn't default to being very, very pretty. So if you've got a machine that has a bit of grunt, what does a Buffalo bike look like in 4K? Super shiny, shitty, it's great. Buffalo looks great. I'll do that on my another ride. If you've got a decent machine, go and check your settings. Jump on, menu, settings, boom, game resolution, right here. So mine defaulted on a 4K machine to 1080p high. So go check those. If you've got a crappy machine, don't turn it up too high, it won't work very well. But if you want a bit more detail, that's where it is right there. Alrighty. You stay there. I like the detail. Alright, rock and roll. I'm going to get this last 200 meters done. Have a good morning, evening, or day wherever you are. It is the end of Wednesday here. And it's time for dinner. So thanks for joining. And we shall see you next time. Cheers.